This podcast is a proud member of the Unidentified Network.
Police in Las Vegas found themselves in the middle of a UFO mystery last month after
To us, big eyes. They have big eyes.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal?
And we're back with the Mythical Legends podcast. Can't wait for this podcast today. It's going to be amazing. How are you, Jim?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. You? Oh, I see the sun has brought the sunglasses out.
It is surprisingly warm here today. It is surprisingly warm. So if you start to see me put towels on my head, you know why. So we have two very, very good friends coming on today, and one of them has been on the podcast before. We actually met firstly on the podcast back in December. It was actually our Christmas Eve special. It was, yeah. So it was. We met her just a couple of weeks before that.
Wow.
And then she's bringing on someone else today who I hope behaves throughout the whole podcast, so I can see him laughing backstage at the moment.
Doesn't have a good reputation, does he?
No, it doesn't. No. So these guys came over to the UK. How long ago was it now? A couple weeks ago.
20th of July, wasn't it? Our conference.
So,
and they came over and just I'm so sorry. And that was instantly, we instantly took to them and just absolutely got on with them like a house on fire for that week. It was just amazing. They're great, absolutely great couple. Can't wait to be talking to them.
So just to explain to you all, the reason why my co-host has just said sorry is because her doorbell just went off. So
sorry, yes.
It's fine. It's fine. So I reckon let's bring the one that we've met in first, and then keep the other one backstage. Do you reckon that's a good idea?
Yeah. Keep him until he can promise to behave.
So let's bring our returning guest on first, and let her say her piece before she can't say anything else. So let's bring proudly to the stage Miss Gwendolyn Purcell.
Hey!
Hey!
I am back here just laughing because I'm not going to get anything in word-wise when C's on here.
How are you, Gwen?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, very, very, very well. And we are very excited to have you back on the podcast.
Thank you for having me back.
You are more than welcome. So I think we have to bring this other person on. I think we just have to.
He's the other half, so.
So do you want to explain who this person is, Gwen?
This is my silent partner in Gut Knockers, sometimes silent, and my best friend and my husband, Michael Purcell.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh my God, you guys are hilarious.
Told you, you're now with Mythical Legends, Mike. So anything can happen.
Right.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Yeah,
very, very
yeah.
warm,
Good.
as I said.
Good.
Um,
Yeah.
but so right, let's dive straight in, and I'm going to start with you guys had a very big weekend last weekend. I hear. How was it? And would you explain to everyone what happened last weekend?
Well, last weekend we had our event over here, the Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival, and it became a beast of all of its own because before I knew it, we had 110 vendors and 9 of them were food trucks. So it was a lot of work, but it was really, really good. It was a great day.
So, could you tell us a little bit about some of these speakers you had at the event, some of the vendors you had at the event?
Well, we had 5 speakers. The first one was Michael Cook. He's been on the Travel Channel in a show called These Woods Are Haunted. He also worked on like finding Bigfoot, and he did some background stuff for them. And we had Sharon Buck, who's a Bigfoot researcher. We had Jamie and Jenny King, who I absolutely adore. They are fabulous people. They were here talking about their research with Bigfoot. We had, who else did we have? It's kind of blurred, really. We had Sean Forker. Sean Forker spoke on behalf of Bill Rigby because Bill couldn't be with us. And we had, oh my gosh. Les Odell. How can I forget Les? He's amazing. He's from West Virginia, so he does research down there in West Virginia. And he does a lot of paranormal stuff too. So it was great to have him there as well. But we had the vendors. Oh my gosh, so many vendors. They sold everything. I mean, they had crystals, they had cups, mugs, t-shirts, hats, soap. I mean,
plywood
yeah. They were just amazing.
Oh, that sounds great.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
That sounds amazing. Now let's copy their idea for next year.
We'll pick their brains later.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So I will ask you guys one very important question though. Did you guys have fun?
Yes. If you call all that work fun, sure. There was a lot of laughing, and there was, we kind of run around and make sure everybody's okay. Some vendors come and they're by themselves. They don't have somebody else with them. So you're kind of like, are you okay? Do you need a bathroom break? Do you need me to go get you a hamburger? There was a lot of that and a lot of garbage that needed to be emptied and put in the dumpster but yeah, it was good. I had fun. Yeah.
And you're the one running around. I just manned the stand and the foam cannon. We had a foam cannon at our fire company donated for us. So the kids, some adults, and even a couple dogs enjoyed.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's non-toxic, it's non-staining, so it's not harmful.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. The foam fight. It was pretty awesome.
Hold on. Foam fight.
Yes.
Yeah, foam cannon. It's a machine that blows out foam, and then it just stacks up. You can walk through it, and when you come out, you look like a foam statue. The kids were coming out, and it was all over them. Back in.
We need that, Nam. We need that. Jot that down.
We didn't get to the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the Bigfoot water fight. For some reason, it just got away from us.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I personally cut out 400 foot-shaped sponges.
Yeah.
I think I had carpal tunnel till it was done.
Yeah, she did it for last year, and then we put it in buckets with different colors. And then, of course, at the end of the event, her and I were picking all of these up, throwing them in the bucket, bringing them home, washing them, and then I washed them, dried them, and separate them back out to the colors. So, did I miss that? No. but real quick, we had a calling contest, and I forget who just asked us about that yesterday or so. I think Old Bear asked us about if we had a calling contest. And I'm walking by and I hear this little boy go, Bigfoot, Bigfoot. And I'm like, if he didn't win, it's rigged. And he didn't. I'm mad. I thought that was ideal to hear a Bigfoot calling contest and a little boy going Bigfoot.
Oh,
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. Well, I'm so glad you guys had a brilliant weekend because,
Sounds
Yeah.
So, moving on then slightly, 2 weekends before that,
Yes.
you came to the UK.
We did.
And you came for our conference. How did you find that?
Oh my gosh.
Honest opinion. Honest opinion.
Honest opinion. No, I'm just kidding. I thought your conference was great. We met so many amazing people while we were there. I mean, just amazing people. And for the first time ever, I bartered and traded with John. Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah.
He wanted a t-shirt and I wanted a book. So we just bartered and traded.
Oh.
So it was great. I loved it. It was awesome. I was like, now I want to trade with everyone. Like,
yeah. And we did. The next week we were in Tennessee, and a woman across from us had us. She won the Littlefoot, one of our plushies, I believe. And she's like, "I'll barter with you." And then Gwen comes back with this. I don't know. It's a piece of like white chocolate that looks like peanut butter and jelly in the middle with chocolate and a Bigfoot.
But it was all chocolate, so it was So I bartered there too. So I'm onto this thing now.
It's a good system. I like it.
It's the way forward.
It's the awesome system. It was awesome. I was like, yes, look at this score, right? I was like, it was great.
Yeah.
But your conference was wonderful. It really was wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Well, we absolutely loved having you. And that's not just being a polite thing on the podcast. We absolutely gelled with you too.
Yeah, it was great.
The moment we met you, not just for the conference, we did social, didn't we? We went out in the evening, social, drinks, meals.
And you guys learned one thing: stay away from Gramps when he's in a pub. Right. Moving on.
I don't really learn my lessons. If anything, I was like enjoying that because I remember Sunday when my hip was and my leg was hurting. But when I met up with your Gramps, him and I took off to that pub near his house, the first one we went to. And I remember Gwen going, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I feel his youth. I'm working when I'm walking."
I'm so sorry for that, Gwen. I'm so sorry. I will apologize on behalf of Gramps. So kind of moving
with you too.
Like I said when we were leaving before we went back to the hotel, we're flying out on Monday. You guys, made us feel like you knew each other for longer than just that,
honestly,
couple days. It's
that's exactly what we felt. It was like, some people, you can be social and you have fun with, but some people you gel with instantly, and we just did with you, didn't we? We had a great day up in the forest. We had so many laughs. It was just great.
That was probably my favorite part of the whole trip.
I know. It was
trekking through the forest.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
But I have a question for Jill. If I could have teleported, what would you have thought if that was me ringing a doorbell? Get me up here!
Yay! I loved it.
Like, holy crap, it's Mike. Shut the door and turn off the lights.
Well, I've probably still been here chatting, going, I don't know who it is. I'm ignoring it.
So moving on slightly to a slightly different aspect of our conference, and how did you guys find the speakers?
To be honest, I didn't get to hear anybody really because we were so busy talking with all of the guests that were coming and talking to other vendors, and like I don't think the whole time we were in the UK did we meet somebody that was rude, ignorant, or wasn't nice. Like everybody was just so wonderful. And like I don't know, when we kind of felt like there was a spotlight on you because you're from another country. So like everybody beelines for you because they want to talk to you. And I thought it was hysterical because people were like, "Oh my gosh, I love your accent." And I was like, we have an accent? Because I was like, I love your accent. Like, it was just great. But we were so busy talking to people and listening to people, talk to, their stories and stuff like that, I didn't get to really listen to anybody's.
Yeah.
Okay, if I go with the Bigfoot Roundtable then, because obviously both myself and you were on it.
Yeah.
Be careful what you say here.
Well, I mean, it was good. I adore Chris Alsford. Like, I just adore him. He's fantastic. But oh my gosh, he handed him the mic and he's like, it was like hot potato. How fast can he get rid of it? I agree with him. I agree with them. Like, I thought it was great. I've never done a roundtable where we asked the questions, so that was pretty unique. Like, they handed me the mic and was like, ask a question. I was like, what question do I want to ask? Oh my gosh. But I thought it was great.
Yeah. That's the bad part about going to conferences. Like, even ours, she wanted to even hear Mike Cook speak, and she just didn't get a chance to even hear our speakers. I think what we should do, if it's okay with the speakers next year, I think we should have they should be recorded. And if not to be publicized, but it would be nice for us to, like, it's almost like, at a wedding reception. Did you enjoy the reception? Not really. I got a small bite to eat. I drank a lot and I met everybody that was there. And then at the end of the night, you're like, what happened because we were here. I think next year we should ask them if they would mind recording, if we want to put it out as like blurbs on the Cryptid website. But yeah, it would be nice to take that. And I don't.
So they did that with the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference, which means I have the recording of my talk. So you can actually request your video, and then it's just for like, for example, Marty and Nikki to keep and watch back, and I think it's an awesome idea. And say I was going through kind of the recordings earlier, and I saw we have the whole Bigfoot Roundtable on record.
Oh wow! That's
awesome. I streamed it live on the day, which means it stayed as a recording. I also have Brian King Sharp's talk as a kind of. So yeah, I think it's an idea that a lot of conferences should do, because I know when me and Nan sat down going, we ain't gonna hear any of the speakers. No. We're off the brains going somewhere else when you're meant to be. So it's like you can't focus on one speaker. So yeah, I think future conferences and anyone out there now listening, I think that's a brilliant piece of advice that we will just giving you there to kind of record. Even also some of the vendors as well record some of the other stuff. And so it's like I watch back the Great Florida, those vendors, because obviously me and Dad did one walk round, and then we couldn't go back, so it was just going through. And so yes, but that brilliant piece of advice. So my last question about kind of the UK conference then, and this is going to be a bit of an odd question I'm going to say is, are the UK people's opinions about cryptids, Bigfoot, different how you guys look in the US at cryptid?
I think you have less believers in the UK.
Yeah.
Because I think there's just people. I mean, I had people here that said to me, why are you going to the UK? There's not Bigfoot in the UK, here. And so I think because it's such a small country and I think people just think, how is a Bigfoot going to be there? How are they going to get there, for starters? But I think that's probably the biggest thing that people were like, I don't think we have Bigfoot here. Never say never, right? Never say never, because I didn't think there would be a Bigfoot in my backyard, and there is. So, like,
especially what
we started out by it can't be, you know, it's too, like everybody thinks it's too small, too isolated, it would be
Right.
fun. So we started out just doing other things, and then gradually came into more in-depth research. And
Don't you dare mention it.
No, came across people that believed there was, and you start to think, well, maybe. I mean, we still have no idea if there is or not, but there is now. Maybe there is somewhere, sometime. They have managed to get here. How? We don't know. We don't know anything, but that's the fun of researching, isn't it? You keep going out and you keep finding things.
Right.
And say, just to clarify, the bit I said don't say anything is I'm not going to bring up that footprint and whatever. Now, to be completely honest, I will say it publicly. Nan found the footprint. She found the footprint, tapped my shoulder and went, Daniel, what the hell is this? Probably used different words than that, but said, what is this? So, I'm not even going to go into that.
I did not say that, everyone. I did not say that.
So guys, we are going to take a very short break, and here is the advert coming. You all know what's coming, a very, very funny advert, and we'll see you after the break.
For half an hour on Saturday afternoons and for a quarter of an hour on Wednesday evenings, the world's only show about hard science, weird shit, and surreality. And it's co-presented by an anthropomorphic chicken. Be there or be square.
Oh my God. That is fantastic.
John?
That is fantastic. I love it. Does he do that show dressed as a chicken?
He does some of it dressed as a chicken, let me say.
That is hysterical.
He does do the intro and that dressed as a chicken.
We've never got to the bottom of it yet. We've never worked it out, what it is, what it means. Just every time.
It's an advert for his show. It's an actual advert for his show.
Why the chicken? I haven't worked out.
An anthropomorphic chicken. What the hell? I put that advert on every show, and I can't stop laughing. It's that funny.
It's hysterical. But that makes you want to watch it because you want to see about this chicken thing, right? So he's on to something. Right.
John is a legend, an absolute legend. That's all I'll say. So right, moving on then, guys. So I hear that you are having a third Bigfoot festival next year.
Yes,
would you? Number one, is that right? And second, would you like to tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll move on to guests and that later.
Sure. So we're going to have it's already, starting to explode and we're a year away, but we're having our third Central PA Bigfoot and Cryptid Festival on August 9th of next year. I think we already have 30 vendors and at least one food truck has already signed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be crazy. We rented more of this. We rented a whole nother building that was in the grounds that we're using. So we're going to be able to have probably 50 more speakers, and they have inside spots. So it's going to be huge.
Wow.
You mean
vendors, not speakers?
Oh yeah, 50 more vendors. Did I say speakers?
You did say speakers.
Yeah.
Already my mind is like, oh my God.
Already, yeah.
We're going to need to hire people soon.
And we had people come up to us at our event last Saturday going, how could I get a vendor spot for next year? Like at least 7 people. Yeah. The one
food truck was like, I want to pay you right now. And I was like, okay, you need to give me like an hour after the festival to be like, you know. But he signed up the second he was allowed to. He popped right in there and got himself a spot. So, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Just shows
Yeah.
what a great show you put on, isn't it?
Yeah.
That they want to come back a year in advance.
It's
amazing.
pretty
Well
awesome.
done, you.
Yeah, well done, you guys. Yeah, massive pat on the back because that takes hard work.
And you know, because you put on a festival, it's a lot of hard work. Like there's so many moving pieces.
So many little details. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And people are like, they think this is so easy to put on one of these festivals. Let me tell you, I've got notebooks everywhere. Like to keep track of this, to keep track of that, to keep track of this. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, where's the red book? I need the red one. Like,
Mike, does Gwen walk around the house going, I need the red book, or I need this red book now?
She'll do that. She'll be like, or I'm looking for this. Where was this? I'm like, I don't know. It was here on the table or it was here in your office. And yeah.
I did that this morning. I need the other book.
And she had it already. Because I'm out in the garage going, there's no book. She's like, I need it. I'm like, I don't know.
It was on the kitchen table.
Left because we went out the garage. We took everything out. We were doing our inventory because we have another event coming up at the end of September. And then the last one should be in October in South Carolina. So we're trying to get our stock replenished and everything. And so for some reason, she put what we have on hand in one book and what we need to order in another book rather than just make a new page. So then, and there was 3 books with that chocolate bar out in the garage. And next thing I know, they're gone. And she's like calling me going, I need the book for the order. I'm like, you have it. No, I don't. I'm like, okay. So I go out the garage.
It's already started. I'm losing my brains already. Like,
she's already crazy.
Oh, I know the feeling. We did it on such a much smaller scale than you guys, but it literally just scrambles your brain.
It does. There's so much to it. So much involved. Yeah.
I mean, yours was huge compared to ours. So I can't even begin to imagine what you must have to think of and remember.
Yeah, we appreciate the vendors. We appreciate the patrons that come out, the people that come out to. A lot of people are surprising and thanking us for bringing this event to the community into the area. And it's like, I'm glad you guys are supporting it because last year when she mentioned it in not this January 24, but January 23, when she goes, I want to have a festival. I'm like,
Mike was like,
I mean, at the time, my mom and dad gave a small donation. Her ambulance owner gave a nice size, decent donation. That was about it. Oh, and then I paid for the insurance and I helped pay for the band. And I said, please, let's not take a bath on this because, I don't know. Everything is like Western PA, Ohio, Virginia.
Yeah, we were nervous about.
So I didn't know how this was going to be, taken, handled. Like, how are people going to react to this? And I mean, all of a sudden, I was surprised. Like, I got to say, grassroots advertising is the best way for anybody. Daniel, yourself, she does a lot of Facebook advertising, a lot of sharing. People share the event. And there's things like groups around here. Like, I'm from a small town called Shamokin, which is 10 miles from here. And it's a group that says, you're from Shamokin, or Elysburg Live, or Elysburg Community, which is where we had it. And friends and people we didn't know start sharing it to those websites, Facebook pages, start sharing it to other Facebook pages. And I was like, Gwen, we're on this one, or somebody's sharing this one. And it was like, so the first year was just nerve-wracking. And then I got to say, I was also nervous this year because someone was supposed to keep it to 50. I said that 50, right?
Vendors,
50 vendors. And next thing, I got 70 some vendors. I got 90 vendors. And I'm like, crap, 90 vendors? 5 vendors. I'm like, Gwen, these are not stray animals. You got to stop saying that. And then I was freaking out because somebody predicted 5,000 people last year. And I'm like, please, I need those 5,000 or more back because now they have to help support the not 100 vendors that we have. Because if we don't have the vendor support, they're not going to come back,
Oh.
And every vendor we talked to said that they did very well. One of our friends who make our Littlefoot, the stuffed plush animals, said she was about $100 short of doubling the money she made last year at our event. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, people were here and people were shopping, and it was it was relevant from like 8:30ish, 8:45 that people were already showing up. And as far as vendors, some set up the night before, which we told them flat out, we have no security here. You're putting up your tents at your own risk. Luckily, nothing happened. And we said 6 to 9. The event starts at 9. Between 6 and 9, you could set up. We got there at 6:06, and there was like 4 or 5 vendors
already waiting
to look for their spots. And after that, it was just a downhill slide to like 6:30 at night when we finally left.
Yeah, it's just so much work.
Wow.
So much work. Like we had put chalk lines. We'd put chalk lines in the road to mark the spots, right? And then it rained. So when we showed up Saturday morning, Mother Nature had erased all of our lines. Literally, I'm just like, listen, she's somewhere down there. Put her there. And my friend would walk her down and go, okay, pull up some grass. So it's pretty. It was challenging this year, but we muddled through and we got it. And
you did it.
Everybody was like, oh, you make it look so easy. And I'm like, trust me, when Mother Nature erases our lines, it's not easy. But
we're going to fool Mother Nature next year. Go ahead, Gwen. Tell them what we did. Or you
bought flags.
She's going to mark the 10
plastic flags.
If you're in spot number 1, the flag's going to have a number 1. 10 feet over, it's going to be spot number 2. 10 feet over, spot number 3. So unless Mother Nature or a groundhog pulls those flags down and out, yeah.
What if the wind comes?
I'm going to stick them things in there so good, no wind's going to take them.
Well, okay. Okay. So kind of you were moving on to it already. So what different things are you going to do from this year to next year?
Well, like I said, we rented more of the space that's available. So we're going to have, I can put 50 more vendors in that building. So we're looking at 150 to 200 vendors that we have space for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep the food trucks at 9 because I think that's a good array of food trucks. And we're going to have the 5 speakers. The new building that they're going to be in, the speaker building, they're putting air conditioning in.
Yeah.
So yay for air conditioning.
Yeah.
And
fan blowing warm air over everybody.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have air conditioning.
Yeah. We're going to keep the cryptid foam fight because that was a huge hit. So we're definitely going to do the cryptid foam fight again. And we're going to make sure that we get the Bigfoot water battle in because I know people want it. It was like 90 degrees. So that Bigfoot water battle would have been fantastic. But I think we're just going to try to be more organized. I already have people wanting to volunteer. So that's fantastic, right?
Volunteers are a big help.
Yeah.
The more help you can get, isn't it? The better you can delegate.
Yeah.
And especially this year with the food trucks, because now we had more trash. Last year we had this huge dumpster and maybe 4 or 5 bags of trash. That was this year. I mean, we still had the dumpster, but only half of it was about full. The other half had a little bit in it, but it was a nice size. One thing I have to say too is last year when she had 5,000 people, she was like, "Oh, we're gonna outgrow this." I'm like, "Gwen, this is a big ground." So this year, seeing she had 100 vendors and about 7,000 people show up before the rain hit in the afternoon, I'm like, "You're not outgrowing this." And like she said, we added the other building that's 70 feet wide by 100 feet long. So we have premier indoor spots if people want to do indoor rather than being out with the weather. If the weather doesn't cooperate.
Yes.
And then the ground, the Rockville Township Community Park that this is in, is getting grants. So last year we didn't have bathrooms; we had porta potties. This year the bathrooms were completed because they got the water, the furnace. So this is like a every Labor Day they do ever since like World War II. I think it's called All Home Day for like the people returning from the war. So this has been going on for quite a while, and it's always Labor Day weekend, and in this building is a kitchen, so they always make a breakfast for a benefit for themselves, so that they can, have it. So they're updating the kitchen, and when they're updating the kitchen, they're putting the air conditioning. So next year, I said, ticket prices may have to go up to $15 instead of $10 because of the air conditioning, and we don't know yet. I'm just speculating they may just charge a little more for the rental fees as well, because of the so yeah.
So if my last question for you guys is, and Gwen knows what's coming.
Yes, I do.
Is what speakers do you plan to have next year?
Well, the two that I have announced are you, which I'm so excited for.
What?
And we're bringing on RPG, Ryan Golembeski
Oh.
from Florida. I adore that man. And the other three have not been announced yet, but I will tell you who they are.
I think I already know, Gwen.
You already know. We're having Amy Boo from Project Zoo Book. She's coming. I love her.
Yeah.
We're having Ronnie LeBlanc from Expedition Bigfoot is coming.
We love Ronnie.
We have Brian King Sharp from North Carolina.
Nice.
So we have a powerhouse lineup next year. Absolute powerhouse lineup. And we might have a little extra thing on Friday night if we can figure that out, right, Daniel?
By the way, if you stay on afterwards, I'll update you because I have an answer for you. Yes, guys, I am going to be at the me and Dad are taking a trip to Pennsylvania. It looks like, and next year is going to be an awesome year, and I will make sure, and I'm sure me, Ryan, Ronnie, Brian, and Amy will make sure it's a much better year than this year. Not that this year wasn't good, but next year will be.
Next year's going to be crazy.
Bigger and better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So guys, don't forget to go to their page on Facebook and keep an eye out for all the upcoming announcements and things like that. But guys, I have loved catching up with you guys today. It's been amazing.
It's just great. Yeah. It's lovely to catch up with you.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed your company, and
I think yeah. So I think Gwen, me and you had probably the longest conversation. It was longer than the podcast we did in December. We were on the phone for 55 minutes, and the podcast was 42 minutes. So we were honestly talking longer.
Yeah.
But to everyone out there, thank you so much for watching this podcast, and don't forget to like and subscribe their stuff and go onto their pages. And if you guys would like to be another vendor, I'm sorry, Mike, then please contact these guys. Guys, do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so.
I can't entice Gramps to come on over because you guys have probably better beer, but we have Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. That's only 30 minutes or 35 minutes from our home.
I may tell him, I may not. I'll see.
So, guys, have happy Sunday, everyone, and we shall see you very, very soon. But don't forget to like and subscribe this episode and visit their groups on Facebook, and don't forget to visit Mythical Legends website, www.mythicallegends.co.uk, and don't forget to visit our group on Facebook, Mythical Legends My Bigfoot Life. So guys, we've had a great time. We'll see you in the next podcast. So my last words will be keep searching and stay mythical. See you very, very soon, guys.